Can you imagine a wedding dress that costs more than a luxury mansion? Believe it or not, there are a few gowns in history that have blown everyone's mind, dripping in diamonds, gold threads, and intricate lace, all worth millions. These dresses weren't just made to be worn, they were created to be unforgettable. One of these gowns has a whopping 500,000 crystals on it, while another has a train woven with real gold. And then there's the one with diamonds that will leave you speechless. Want to know which wedding dress holds the title of the most expensive ever? Well, let's dive into some of the most luxurious gowns in history. The Dior wedding dresses designed by Chiara Ferragni, which are priced at an astounding $420,000, comes in at number 12 on our list. The wedding of the Italian fashion blogger and the singer Fedez, which took place in 2018, was nothing short of a fairy tale. However, who is the true star of the show? Chiara's two stunning outfits from the Dior Haute Couture collection. The first garment was a lovely white A-line gown with a fitted bodice and a voluminous skirt. It was the ideal choice for the breathtaking settings of the Palazzo in Noto, Sicily, which was built in the 19th century and served as the venue for their wedding. The garment was created just for Chiara to fit her trendy modern style while still paying homage to her Italian heritage. It was a dress that was both fashionable and classic. It was the second outfit, which was worn during the reception, that was the center of attention. The delicate tulle was used in its construction, and it was embroidered with particular symbols and phrases such as the date of their wedding, lyrics from Fedez's song that was written for Chiara, and even their initials respectively. In a way, it was like wearing a letter of love. The actual wedding was exactly as spectacular as the ceremony. A private plane was used to transport guests to the celebration, which featured a carousel, a Ferris wheel, and a fireworks display that lit up the night sky in Sicily. The outfits that Chiara wore were a picture-perfect representation of her wedding, which was spectacular, significant, and genuinely unforgettable. The next item on our list is the wedding dress that Kate Middleton wore, which cost $434,000 in total. On April 29, 2011, when Kate Middleton made her public appearance at Westminster Abbey, the entire world ceased to exist in amazement. Her outfit was a masterpiece that was designed by Sarah Burton for Alexander McQueen. It was a combination of classic elegance and regal tradition. Roses, thistles, daffodils, and shamrocks were symbols of the four nations that make up the United Kingdom. And the lace on the gown, which cost $434,000, was handmade and had delicate floral motifs. These particulars were not merely printed on, rather, they were painstakingly sewn by skilled workers at the Royal School of Needlework in London. After the fitting bodice, which was cushioned at the hips to create an hourglass figure, flowed into a long skirt with an 8-foot train that was both dramatic and manageable for Kate to walk down the aisle with ease. She finished off her ensemble with a veil made of ivory silk tulle and the widely renowned Cartier halo tiara, which she had borrowed from Queen Elizabeth II. The tiara was more than just an accessory. It was a representation of the heritage of the royal family. A personal touch was added by the fact that Kate wore diamond earrings that were a gift from her parents. On the other hand, the clothing was not the only thing that stood out about the day. More than 2 billion people from all over the world tuned in to see the wedding, which was a magnificent event that included a royal procession, a stunning ceremony that took place at Westminster Abbey, and others. That was a moment in history that will never be forgotten. The wedding dress that Salma Hayek wore to her wedding was the 10th item on the list, and it cost an astounding $434,000. A wedding that took place in Venice, Italy, in 2009 between her and the French billionaire François-Henri Pinault was nothing short of a vision of sophistication. It was a gorgeous Balenciaga gown designed by Nicolas Ghesquière that Salma selected to wear, and it was the ideal fit for the extravagant celebration that they had planned for 2 days. The dress featured a deep V-neck bodice that transitioned seamlessly into a flowing full skirt. The dress's description read, "The off-white silk that it was made of gave it an ethereal air, and the meticulous details helped to accentuate the craftsmanship that Ghesquière had developed. In order to ensure that Salma would appear absolutely stunning on her special day, every stitch, fold, and accent was meticulously crafted. But the dress was only one component of the whole spectacle that was the wedding. The entire event was a lavish extravaganza. A masquerade ball was held at the historic Padella Diana, which was also a building that had been rebuilt by the Pinot family. This event marked the beginning of the celebrations. In order to lend a bit of drama and mystery to the event, guests arrived wearing masks made of gold and black. Leitch Opera House, which is considered to be one of the oldest opera houses in Europe, served as the venue for the actual ceremony. The rental of such a renowned location must have come with a significant financial consideration. The reception was transferred to the Palazzo Grai, which was another venue that held particular significance for the couple after the vows were exchanged. Penelope Cruz, Charlize Theron, and Bono were among the A-list celebrities who attended the wedding, making it one of the most star-studded events that you could possibly imagine. The combination of Salma's gown and the breathtaking Venetian setting resulted in a moment that is still revered in the worlds of fashion and celebrity even in the present day. With a staggering price tag of $500,000, Kim Kardashian's wedding dress comes in at number 9 on our list. In 2014, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West tied the knot in Florence, Italy, setting a new standard for opulent weddings. The gown that Kim wore, which was created by Riccardo Tisci and was made by Givenchy, was undeniably the biggest showstopper. Long sleeves, sheer panels, and exquisite lace details were all features of the dress, which was incredibly stunning. It had a mermaid silhouette that was fitted to Kim's body flawlessly, and the open back design brought a contemporary touch to the overall look. After being exposed to the sun in Italy, the exquisite pearl embellishments that were placed around the neckline shone magnificently. Kim accessorized her gown with a spectacular cathedral-length veil, which, as she disclosed on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, was so heavy that she was concerned that it would cause her to trip. Nevertheless, as she made her entrance, the veil seemed to float behind her like a dream, completing the ethereal appearance she had been going for. To put it simply, the wedding itself was nothing short of spectacular. Private jets were used to transport guests to the venue, and the rehearsal supper was held in the Palace of Versailles in Paris. The ceremony, on the other hand, was conducted at the Fort de Bardi in Florence, which was built in the 16th century and was a fort that had previously served to safeguard the city. As a result of its breathtaking scenery and extensive history, the location was ideal for the exchanging of wedding vows. But the outfit was not the only thing that Kim and Kanye did. From a wedding cake that was 7 feet tall to private performances by John Legend and Andrea Bocelli, the couple spared no cost in their celebration of their wedding. In addition to the diamond earrings that were designed by Martin Katz and the wedding band that was designed by Lorraine Schwartz, Kim's accessories provided even more shine to the day. After some time had passed, she took a second look, which consisted of a sparkling little dress designed by Olivier Rousteing of Balmain. The garment was adorned with diamonds and pearls, making it an ideal choice for dancing the night away. The wedding between Kim Kardashian and Kanye West was an extraordinary flurry of luxury, and Kim's dress continues to be one of the most iconic items in the history of bridal fashion. Victoria Swarovski's wedding dress, which was estimated to be worth an astounding $1 million, comes in at number 8 on our list. When you are a member of the Swarovski family, your wedding dress is more than just a gown. It is a brilliant display. When Victoria Swarovski, a diamond heiress and singer, tied the knot with Werner Muntz, an entrepreneur, on June 16, 2017, she showcased a jaw-dropping design by Michael Cinco. There were an astounding 500,000 Swarovski crystals that were used to embellish the dress, which gave it a brightness that was unparalleled. In spite of this, the gown weighed an amazing 100 pounds, which meant that it came with a hefty price tag. Victoria wore a veil that was 26 feet long and exquisitely trimmed with lace to finish off her outfit that was reminiscent of a fairy tale. It streamed behind her as she walked down the aisle, creating a dramatic entrance into the Cathedral of San Giusto in Trieste, Italy, where she was getting married. The outfit itself was just as magnificent as the wedding itself. It was a 3-day extravaganza that was jam-packed with high-end festivities. At the Letizia Resort and Spa, guests were given the opportunity to attend a welcome party with a red theme. The women attired themselves in red, while the males donned white shirts. A beautiful scene that was fit for royalty. They had a supper that was served seated under a tent with a clear top. The tables were covered in scarlet linens and sprinkled with crystal confetti atop the tables. The ceremony was, of course, the most important part of the occasion. And it was during this ceremony that Victoria walked down the aisle flanked by flower girls dressed in blue gowns and crowns made of infants' breath flowers. Elegant tall centerpieces made of baby's breath and a floral arrangement in the shape of a heart were featured at the reception, which was hosted at Maxi's restaurant Pora Piccolo. These centerpieces were great for taking breathtaking photographs. Another garment, a crimson beaded gown that was likewise encrusted in Swarovski crystals, was something that Victoria had prepared for the welcoming celebration, as if the dress alone was not enough. In addition, she performed a song for her guests at the reception, demonstrating both her elegance and her talent. The night came to a close with a cake that was covered with baby's breath and featured 5 tears. This dessert was a perfect match for the ethereal atmosphere of the wedding. The next item on our list is the Danasha luxury gown, which had an astounding price tag of $11.5 million. The image that comes to mind when you think of a gown that is made with diamonds and gold is likely to be one that is extravagant and extravagant. The Danasha luxury gown, on the other hand, was designed by Jay Gander and presented their creations during the Miami International Fashion Week in 2010, redefining the concept of opulence while adding a touch of refinement. The creators had the goal of creating something extraordinary, not just by using pricey materials, but also by demonstrating an exceptional level of artistic skill. Despite the fact that it was crafted with the most exquisite diamonds and gold in the world, this masterpiece, which cost $11.5 million, managed to keep its sleek and classy appearance. Someone who was daydreaming about their Cinderella moment would find it ideal because of the beautiful detailing and clean lines contained within it. In spite of the fact that the dress was loaded with costly components, it did not appear to be overdone. It is a representation of how the combination of subtlety and the highest quality craftsmanship can result in the creation of something that is absolutely magical. The gown did more than merely attract attention. It also made history. When it comes to brides who have the financial means to make such a statement, it continues to captivate the mind even after many years have passed. The bridal gown worn by Queen Elizabeth II, which was estimated to be worth $11.6 million, comes in at number 6 on the list. The gown, which was designed by Norman Hartnell, was a representation of the grandeur and regal heritage that existed after the war. There was a cost of $42,000 for the Ivory Duchess satin dress in 1947, which is nearly equivalent to $1.6 million in today's currency. For its time, it was an extravagant choice, especially considering that Queen Elizabeth used ration coupons to pay for it, reflecting the country's recovery after World War II. The gown was absolutely magnificent, featuring long sleeves, a fitted bodice, and a full skirt embroidered with intricate floral motifs inspired by Botticelli's painting Primavera. In addition to the already regal costume, the embroidery, which was completed with crystals and 10,000 seed pearls, imparted a subtle luster to the ensemble. To round off her ensemble, the Queen wore the fringed tiara that belonged to Queen Mary, which came dangerously close to being lost at the altar. Although it was linked to her veil, the tiara broke in half just a few hours before the wedding was scheduled to take place. Fortunately, royal jewelers were able to fix it in a record amount of time, which enabled Elizabeth to wear the famed headpiece in her wedding ceremony. The wedding of the bride to Prince Philip was a momentous occasion that was replete with royal magnificence and took place in Westminster Abbey. Their marriage was the first step in a partnership that would continue for more than 7 decades after it was established. As a result of its enduring beauty and extensive history, the gown worn by Queen Elizabeth continues to be regarded as one of the most renowned wedding dresses in the annals of royal history. The next item on our list is Priyanka Chopra's Ralph Lauren gown, which has a staggering price tag of $2 million. The wedding of Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas, which took place in December 2018, was a stunning example of how cultures, traditions, and fashion can harmoniously coexist. Her Ralph Lauren wedding gown was the one that truly stood out among all of the amazing looks that Priyanka donned throughout the celebrations, and it is simple to understand why. There was a hefty price tag of $2 million attached to this masterpiece. Long sleeves and a timeless A-line silhouette featured prominently in the gown, which was a work of art in and of itself. Lace was hand-stitched into it, and Swarovski crystals were draped over it, creating a shimmering effect when exposed to light. One of the things that made the garment truly one of a kind was the elaborate beading that was used to spell out specific words. These phrases included the wedding date of the pair as well as the names of Priyanka's parents. This added a profoundly personal touch to the garment, turning it into something that was not just exquisite, but also significant. It goes without saying that the veil was similarly breathtaking. It was a design that was 75 feet long and flowed behind Priyanka as she came down the aisle. This made for a dramatic entrance that fit the grandeur of their wedding site, which was the Taj Umaid Bhawan Palace in Jodhpur. Priyanka's wedding was more than simply a ceremony. It was a celebration that lasted for a whole week. It included traditional Indian pre-wedding traditions such as the haldi and sangeet, in addition to the Christian ceremony in which Priyanka donned her Ralph Lauren gown. Every aspect of the celebration was thoroughly organized, and the couple even reserved the entire palace for their guests, which resulted in an occasion that was not only exclusive but also exceptionally stunning. In the same way that the wedding itself conveyed love, tradition, and unparalleled grandeur, so did her attire itself. There is Serena Williams, who comes in at number 4 on the list, and her wedding dress is estimated to be worth an amazing $33.5 million. In 2017, the tennis superstar tied the knot with Alexis Ohanian, who was also the co-founder of Reddit. Her wedding was a fairy tale-inspired affair, replete with a reception in New Orleans that was patterned after Beauty and the Beast. A jaw-dropping gown that was designed by Sarah Burton for Alexander McQueen and cost $3.5 million was all that Serena wore. However, this was not any old gown. Rather, it was a strapless ball gown with a sweetheart neckline. It was paired with a dramatic cape that cascaded down the back, which added an additional dimension of elegance and grandeur to the overall composition. In addition, the complete ensemble was studded with jewelry that was worth millions of dollars, which made Serena look as dazzling as her professional accomplishments. New Orleans Contemporary Arts Center served as the location for the wedding, which was a lavish event in and of itself. The location was turned into a setting that was reminiscent of a French ball, replete with tables wrapped in gold, floral arches, and chandeliers made of golden bird cages. In a highly emotional ceremony, Serena and Alexis exchanged their vows. During the ceremony, Alexis affectionately referred to Serena as his queen and made a commitment to take care of her for the rest of her life. As the ceremony came to a close, the celebration proceeded in grand fashion. In preparation for the reception, Serena changed into a second outfit, which consisted of a breathtaking feathery Versace gown that gave her the appearance of a fashion-forward superhero dress. Elegance and a dash of levity were brought together at the reception by the presence of food stations with a global theme and place cards designed in the form of trophies. The evening came to a close with a mystical surprise, which was a carousel that Alexis had arranged as the perfect touch to complete the fairy tale. An amazing image was created by guests riding lit horses, while music was playing in the background. The wedding of Serena was more than simply a celebration of love. It was also a demonstration of her larger-than-life style and her lively attitude. The next item on the list is the bridal dress that Queen Letizia wore, which is valued at $8 million. King Felipe VI of Spain wedded Queen Letizia of Spain on May 22, 2004, and her wedding gown reached new heights of grandeur for the occasion. A staggering $8 million was the price tag that accompanied the outfit, which was designed by Manuel Perales. In addition to having a deep V neckline, long sleeves, and a high-standing collar, the gown was crafted from white satin that had been woven with Valencia silk. The beautiful embroidery that was done in actual gold thread and ornamented the skirt and the edge of the train was, however, the most stunning part of the garment. The embroidery featured a variety of emblems, such as the crest of the Prince of Asturias, a fleur-de-lis, and ears of wheat, which were meant to symbolize togetherness and prosperity. Queen Letizia donned the Prussian tiara, which was an heirloom that had been given down to her by her mother-in-law, Queen Sophia. This tiara enabled her to complete her royal appearance. This exquisite tiara, which was adorned with diamonds, offered an additional flourish of opulence to her already magnificent attire. There were 100 to 200 guests present at the wedding, which took place in Madrid. Among those in attendance were officials and members of royalty from all around the world. Despite the fact that it was raining, Queen Letizia looked absolutely stunning as she made her way down the aisle. Her golden embroidery sparkled brilliantly under the lighting provided by the cathedral. A new benchmark for luxury was established by Queen Letizia's wedding, which continues to be incomparable. This new benchmark was established by the unparalleled craftsmanship of her gown, as well as the regal splendor of the ceremony. The stunning Yumi Katsura white gold dress, which is valued at an astounding $8.5 million, comes in at number 2 on the list. When you see a wedding dress that is more expensive than the majority of people's homes but emanates the highest level of luxury and elegance, what would you say to it? Rather than being merely a bridal gown, Yumi Katsura's masterwork is more accurately described as a vision of art. Only 2 of these jaw-dropping gowns were ever produced by Katsura, who is known for her innovative work in wedding couture. As a result, this gown is an exclusive piece for those who are exceptionally fortunate enough to possess it. In addition to real gold embroidery and a smattering of diamonds and pearls, the Yumi Katsura white gold dress is crafted from some of the rarest and most costly materials in the world. The designer has 50 years of experience in haute couture, and the meticulous craftsmanship reflects that experience as well. It was in Paris, at the prestigious Lieu of la Chambre syndicale de la couture parisienne, that Katsura began her adventure. It was there that she became an expert in the field of fashion before bringing her knowledge to the international arena. This gown is not only a symbol of luxury, but also of Katsura's unwavering commitment to her art throughout her whole career. After launching Japan's very first bridal collection, she went on to expand her empire to include England, France, and the United States. It is already common knowledge that her name is connected with bridal magnificence. You would be a member of an exclusive group of brides if you were to purchase this gown, which would make your wedding an experience that you would never forget if you had an extra $8.5 million to spend on it. Lastly, the most valuable item is the diamond wedding gown, which is estimated to be worth $12 million. On your wedding day, how much would you be willing to pay to shine brighter than you ever have before? You will be able to accomplish just that if you purchase the diamond wedding gown designed by René Strauss and Martin Katz, which cost $12 million. This gown transforms the bride into a walking masterpiece, since it is designed to reflect light and produce an ethereal glow during the wedding ceremony. René Strauss, who is particularly well known for her wedding salon in Beverly Hills, collaborated with Martin Katz, a well-known jeweler, to design and produce this breathtaking item. The outcome of their combined talents was a garment that was studded with sparkling diamonds. These diamonds were deliberately placed to catch every flicker of light, producing a shimmering vision of brilliance as the bride came down the aisle. In addition to creating a stunning gown, Strauss and Katz went above and beyond to make a statement with their work. The gown is not only a luxurious costume, but it is also a promotional item that has been displayed at high-end bridal and fashion events all over the world. Katz's creations have been worn by celebrities such as Angelina Jolie and Hilary Swank, and now his work is being showcased more prominently on the international scene with this renowned invention. With a price tag of $12 million, the diamond wedding gown is more than just an extravagant purchase. It is a statement that guarantees the bride will be the focus of attention in every conceivable way. It is possible that the gown is still waiting for the person who should be purchasing it, but the sheer majesty of the gown guarantees that it will always be remembered. As a result, we have now discussed the most stunning and jaw-dropping wedding gowns that have ever been manufactured. Which one did you find eye-catching?